Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of the podcast of the French Armenian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I am your host, Artur Karabedian, and today I welcome Ani Hakobyan. Thank you for accepting this invitation. Could you introduce yourself and share how you came to work for Grant Thornton in Armenia?
My name is Ani Hakobyan and I'm a partner at Grant Thornton. I've been with the firm for more than 18 years now. My area of responsibility is strategic growth of our firm, so development of our business. I work across several markets because Grant Thornton Armenia is not only an Armenian firm, we're a regional firm working across many markets, 6-7 markets at the moment. And I deal with strategic implementation, with growth of the business, marketing, positioning on the markets. That's what I've been doing.
Thank you. Now, could you tell us how long has Grant Thornton been active in Armenia and what are your main areas of focus?
This firm has been established in the early 1990s, but has become a member of the Grant Thornton network in 1997. So under this brand, we are already for 29 years. One of the pioneers on the market in Armenia, as you may imagine, the market reality. We provide a very wide spectrum of services. Our main focus areas, if you look at the services, are audit, advisory, tax legal advice, as well as outsource accounting. These are the main 5 large service lines that we cover. But our focus beyond that is to be an active member of the business community. We are not only the market leader today in Armenia. For the past several years, Grant Thornton is the top firm on the market by revenue, by number of people, by number of clients. But beyond numbers, we take pride in bringing innovative solutions to this market. We are, as I said, active, engaged member of this community, and we are very keen to support the Armenian economy in its development.
Thank you. Can you highlight 1 or 2 flagship projects or success stories that showcase your impact in the country?
You know, we work with hundreds of clients annually, and these are very different organizations from top enterprises in the private sector. We work with the state, we work with international financial institutions, we work with international organizations. So it's a very wide client base. But if I look back at our experience of the past several years, there are many projects that are worth highlighting, but probably one as an impactful project was that we have been engaged in development of Armenia's mining strategy, which is, as you may imagine, a very high-level project, a very impactful one, because Armenia did not previously have a strategy that would encompass the mining industry, and this is a key industry for the economy of this country. We have worked closely with top experts, international and local, to develop the strategy. It had been commissioned by the World Bank, and obviously the beneficiary was the Republic of Armenia and the government of Armenia. Therefore, this was one of the very interesting and multi-dimensional projects that I would probably highlight if I look back at what we've done in the recent years.
Now, can you tell us what are the priorities for Grant Thornton in Armenia over the next years?
Priorities in Armenia are not very much related to Armenia. Grant Thornton Armenia is a regional firm. We are a regional group of firms, a regional hub with the Armenian investment. We have operations in several markets: Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Lebanon, Iraq, Mongolia. This is a very diverse geography. One of our priorities is, first of all, to have a solid, strong regional firm and growth across all of the markets. because the position that we have here in Armenia as the top firm is something that we are very keen to also replicate and capitalize on in other markets, but also we're looking at growing across other markets where we formally don't work at the moment. If you look at our client portfolio, we work across 25 countries annually. So we provide client service not only across these territories that I've listed, but also in Europe, in Asia, in Middle East, and it's a very, very diverse geography. So to enlarge the geography is a key priority, to bring new services to our clients, new solutions. The economy is vibrant in a lot of the markets that I listed, and there is a lot of potential across these markets, and the consulting industry has to be in the frontier of this development and growth. Therefore, bringing new services, definitely making impact for our clients and adding value to their business is what our priorities are.
Thank you. Now, could you tell us what, in your opinion, are the biggest challenges foreign companies face when entering the Armenian market? And could you tell us how Grant Thornton helps them navigate these challenges?
We work a lot with foreign entities that come to Armenia. We support these clients with from A to Z, with establishment of their business, registration of the legal entity, any licensing requirements that they may have, but also further the operations. Whatever support that may be, tax, legal, finance, financial management, consulting, etc. So you would imagine with these many clients, we work a lot with foreigners from any country. I think that I wouldn't want to talk about what the biggest obstacles are or the challenges are, but rather what any foreign investor wants when they come to another country. They want stability and they want predictability. It's said many times across various occasions that an investor is even okay to look at conditions of the market that are maybe severe for them, but as long as they know this is it and it's not changing in 3 months, 6 months, etc. So for Armenia, as quite a vibrant economy, it's also important to ensure that any investor that comes to this country will have a predictable set of conditions that they can work across. And I believe today the state and the government are doing a lot to ensure this. We are very open for foreign investment and very welcoming. And when you look at the statistics of the growing number of investments, that's a proof of the strategy at the moment.
Do you have one piece of advice for foreign investors or entrepreneurs looking to enter the Armenian market?
Probably just to say that first of all, this is a very small market. You have to understand that when you look at Armenia, but it being small is also makes it a market where that's very, very easy to understand who's who and how things work in this market. I would encourage them to look for a good consultant, regardless of who they choose. But when you're a foreigner in a foreign market, it's always good to know someone who knows the ground rules. Therefore, the advice would be to, first of all, assess the market correctly, the opportunity, but also engage consultants who would know more and who would be helpful with very hands-on and practical advice and shortcuts of how get things easily done without the red tape, the bureaucracy, and all this.
All right, thank you. Now, moving on to another topic. As a woman in a leadership role, what message would you like to share with young Armenian women considering leadership careers?
I would want to say that leadership is about curiosity, and it's also about not creating artificial limitations. I do believe that across many spheres, women and men have equal opportunities in Armenia. And I do believe that sometimes women themselves we tend to hold ourselves back. Any leadership path is a path of successful stories, but it's also a path of wrong decisions, failures, things that didn't work well. If you're curious to find your own path, and if you're not scared of making these mistakes, and if you learn from them, a woman or a man, it's all about imagining where it is that you want to be and how you get there. I think it's just that easy.
Thank you. And have you witnessed any progress in female entrepreneurship in Armenia over the past years? And what challenges still need to be addressed?
When you talk about female leadership and female percentage in leadership positions in Armenia, it's an interesting thing. We at Grant Thornton annually look at women in business. That's a global study we do, and we do this across several markets. And we look at how the patterns change. What we observe is that, and in Armenia we see that ourselves, is that there are a lot of women in leadership positions. But these women would be in what you'd call a mid-level leadership position. So across businesses, there are many female CFOs, chief accountants, human resources or human capital, predominantly female-dominated sphere, marketing, a lot of women. And then you take a step up, you go to the very C level at the top, and this is where the triangle shifts. Very few women, particularly in some sectors. In education, in healthcare, you would still see a lot of women in these positions. But if you look at manufacturing, financial services, mining, transport, you name it, very few women at the top. I would, different reasons, different stories. You talk to people and everyone has their own story. I still believe that because women traditionally also are very much engaged with family, very much engaged in social aspects of life, they are oftentimes unable to devote as much time to business and growth as men can. But I don't believe it's impossible. And I think that if you really want something, it's doable. So I really would encourage especially women who are in leadership positions to motivate younger females to look at their examples as role models, because it's always very, very impactful if you see and know someone rather than you read about someone.
Thank you. And finally, how has being part of the French Armenian Chamber of Commerce and Industry benefited Grant Thornton, and would you recommend it to other businesses?
First of all, we have a very strong French connection. Grant Thornton in Armenia has been established many years ago by Grant Thornton France, and our founders were partners from Grant Thornton France. Therefore, for many years, we have been associated on this market with a French company, which we are very proud of, because our connection with French business here in Armenia has also been strong. We are an active member of the chamber, and we have, I believe we are engaged to quite an active level and committed to this. We believe in Grant Thornton generally in systems and in structures and in synergies. Chambers like this, the French Chamber is one example, is a very good platform for bringing businesses together to do things that each business alone maybe would not be able to tackle. Therefore, absolutely, I would recommend other businesses that have the French connection, that believe and share the values and the mission and the objective of the Chamber to join it. We do believe that the Chamber creates a lot of opportunities for businesses to not only network and build relationships, to grow, to support each other. Therefore, absolutely yes to join the chamber, if particularly if you're a French business or a related French business. This is the place to be.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Hakobyan. It was a pleasure to talk with you, and thank you very much to everyone who listened to us. I tell you, see you soon for another episode of the French Armenian Chamber of Commerce and Industries podcast.